Almost every single survival channel shows you how to make this cache. I even have a video myself where I show how I make this one. It consists of a 2-foot tube, a cap, a clean out. It opens from the end. You've seen it before. You've seen it 100 times. But I'm going to show you something new, a new design which improves on this. Why would you want to improve on this? Well, this is big and bulky. It's hard to carry around. It looks pretty suspicious when you're wandering around with this. But I'm going to show you something that's got the same storage capacity as this, but it'll fit right in my rucksack. Stay tuned, check it out. Okay, so first I'm going to mock this up. I'm not going to glue it together. I'm just going to show you the basic idea behind it. I think you'll get the gist once I do that. After I do that, I am going to glue it all up. So if you're not real familiar with how to work with PVC, stick around for that. I'll show you how to do it. It's not that bad, trust me. So the idea was, before, you had one tube about yay long, and you put a cap on one end, and you put a clean out on the other. Bob's your uncle, you got a cache tube. My idea is, cut that tube in half, put a cap on one end, put a cap on the other, put a female end on this side, it's got the threads there, put a male end on the other side. I might have those backwards, male, female. This has the threads on the outside. Now it screws together in the middle. Screw that together, bam, cache tube. The beauty of this is it comes apart. You can tuck all your supplies into each one of these halves, stick these in your ruck, and carry them off to wherever you got to carry them off to unnoticed. Same capacity, half the size, 99% less suspicion. All right. And maybe I'm not the first one to come up with this. I just haven't seen it. I'm sure it's out there on the internet somewhere maybe. But this just comes from building the old cache tube and kind of looking at it and thinking about what's good and what's bad. And coming up with something better. You know, that's what this is all about, a little innovation. Using our noodles to give ourselves the advantage when we need the advantage, whatever that may be for you. All right, so let's take this mock-up apart. We're gonna glue it all together. So when I say glue it all together, we're not really gluing anything. There's two things you need here. You need the primer, it's usually purple, so you can see where you've primed, and you need the cement. These two chemicals, when they're applied to the PVC pipe, will begin a chemical reaction that's going to fuse these pieces together, almost as if they were welded together. All these pieces are going to be one piece, and all of these pieces will be one piece, and then we'll just screw them together, creating a watertight vessel. So, always use your wife's good towels, because this is messy. I just got a paper bag here from the grocery store. First, we'll take just a little sandpaper, kind of knock the edges off. We don't want to reduce the size of these or anything, but just knock off the rough pieces. Do that on both items that are going to be fitting together. That all cleaned out. Okay, we're going to take our purple primer and we're going to prime each piece very thoroughly all the way around. We're going to prime both pieces that are meant to be fused together. And while that purple primer is still wet, within 5 minutes, you're going to apply the PVC cement. We're going to apply the cement to both pieces that we're we're going to fuse together. Okay, once both pieces are primed and they got a good coat of cement on them, we're just going to push them together. And as we push them together, we want to give kind of a quarter of a twist if we can. Sometimes these are a pretty tight fit. All right, we'll get that all the way in there. All right. You might have to kind of hold it together for just a few minutes. You don't want it to slide apart as this chemical reaction takes place. But once it's bonded forever. It's never coming out, never coming apart. All right, so I'm going to fuse the other pieces together, and then I'm going to camouflage these. I'm going to use a flat paint. Of course, I'm going to use a primer first. And I'll give it a little camouflage paint scheme, and we'll come back and we'll see what she looks like. Okay, so after a long day of waiting for paint to dry, here's the old design. One solid piece. The opening is at the end. You put all your stuff in there. Hello! Here's the new improved design. It screws together in the middle instead of on the end. I tried to not get too much paint on the threads because, you know, it's already a tight fit. But no, you screw this together and look. Actually, the new one's a little bit longer. And you could put some stuff in here, and you can put some stuff in here, and then you put them both in your rucksack, zip up your rucksack, and away you go. Nobody will know what you're up to. Whereas this, you've got to be pretty creative. I had a whole video on how to cart this around without drawing attention to yourself. I was out there in a high-vis vest, acting like I was picking up garbage, all sorts of things just to get this to its destination where I needed it to be without raising too many eyebrows. With this here, I just put it in my pack and I walk on down the road like a lone hitchhiker, and bam, you're all set. So, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. While you're down there, you might as well hit the subscribe button. I'd appreciate it. So until next time, you have yourself a great day. Thanks for watching.